NXT starts off with Ricky Saints. He cuts a promo. He basically ends up discussing what happened last week at the TNA Showdown with Trick Williams abandoning him. And he basically ends up saying that Trick Williams isn't the guy he says he is. And he ends up saying that things became a lot more clear as he became NXT champion, while Trick Williams, it was the opposite. And he basically ends up calling out Trick Williams and basically demands a match at Halloween Havoc for the NXT championship. Trick Williams gets on the time draw. He basically ends up saying that he accepts, but he's going to do things on his time, and that he ends up mentioning that Ricky Saints is jealous due to Ricky Saints constantly had to struggle to get to NXT and to become NXT champion, while he was automatically put in the spotlight the moment he stepped foot in NXT. I like this segment overall. I was a bit confused though because he said he was going to do things on his time, even though it's already confirmed that they're going to do it at Halloween Havoc. So I don't understand the whole point of Trick Williams saying that if you're just going to have the match at Halloween Havoc anyway. But Trick Williams, Ricky Saints, NXT Championship match, can't really complain. Should be a really fun match, really enjoyable match where Ricky Saints should be retaining. What's next for Trick after that? I don't know, because you can't keep Trick in NXT for that much longer because there isn't really any feuds or anything for him to do. Like, unless we're gonna do the Javon Evans Trick Williams storyline again. That's the only thing I could think of for Trick Williams to stay in NXT is either this short feud with Ricky Saints and maybe another feud with Javon. But after that, I don't know what you do with Trick Williams after that. So I'm very interested in the match. The match should be very fun. I'm interested to see what they do with Ricky Saints as NXT champion. Really excited for his run. So can't wait to see how this match plays out. But I think Ricky Saints will retain. But the match should be absolute banger. Afterwards, though, we end up getting Matt Cardona versus Josh Briggs. This match ended up becoming a thing due to Matt Cardona being the one that cost Josh Briggs his match to be in the TNA Showdown. But Miles Bourne picked up the victory due to Matt Cardona interfering. Um, Josh Briggs win. I don't really need to go there in depth. I don't know why Matt Cardona interfered in the first place. That is something that still doesn't make sense to me personally. I don't understand why Matt Cardona was even a part of that. But Matt Cardona loses. Don't know what's next for Josh Briggs, to be honest, because I don't know who he possibly could feud with due to him being a heel, because I'm thinking of baby faces he could feud with. The only baby face I could think of is maybe Miles Bourne, because the Javon Evans stuff is over. And I'm trying to think of another like baby face that he could really go after. The only one I'm thinking of is Miles Bourne. So see what happens with him. Matt Cardona will probably go back on the indie scene doing his thing. So it was a good match. It was a short match too, but it was a good match for what it was. I enjoyed it. We get a quick vignette segment between Fatal Influence, basically announcing their new member, Laney Reed. I love it. Love that Laney Reed is a part of this faction. I've been calling it for months. Yeah, they've been teasing this for like a good month or two, to be honest, with Laney Reed. Finally, she's in the group. I love it. Love the reasoning they gave as well. Laney Reed basically ends up saying that after she lost to Jason Jane, she realized that she needs to follow her footsteps due to the success that she has. I like it. And plus, I've been saying Laney Reed fits that group perfectly. She fits the group perfectly. I love what they're doing with this faction, with them being with them being this faction. I never thought that Fatal Influence will be as far as they are right now. I never thought get this far. Never thought, because when they first formed, when Fallon Henley was North American champion, they was just losers. But the fact that they actually make them credible, make them entertaining, very shocking. I love what they've been doing with Fatal Influence. Very interested to see how Halloween Havoc plays out, but I'm interested to see what this trio does. Now, I don't know how long this trio will be a thing, because I do think JC Jane's NXT Championship run will come to an end soon. I don't think she's going to go into 2026 as champion. I don't, but I wouldn't be mad at it because Jason Jane is having a great NXT championship run. So I'm very interested how this plays out. I'm very interested to see the dynamic between the three women. Very interested because I like Laney Reed a lot. I think she has a lot of potential. Fallon Henley is great. Her heel run has been really good as of recently. She has really grown into being a heel. And JC Jane is one of the, actually, she is the best heel in NXT. So she's one of the better heels in WWE, if I'm being honest, especially for the women. So very interested to see how this trio plays out. We get a quick match between Lexis King and Wagner. Lexis King, this match ended up becoming a thing due to Lexis King insulting Wagner in an interview segment because he thought it was Tevion Heights, but it wasn't. Wagner picks up the victory. Ethan Page comes out due to Wagner calling him out, basically confirming the match at Halloween Havoc for the North American Championship. Not gonna really go in depth on this because I don't really care. The match should be good. I just don't care for it because I don't watch AAA. I don't keep up with it. I just don't care to watch it. And plus, I already watch enough wrestling with all of WWE, all of AEW. I'm not trying to add a third show. So it's like, I'm not trying to add a third show. But the match should be good. But I'm assuming Ethan Page will retain. I just don't see a reason why Wagner will win. But who knows? They may give a guy. Nah, WWE is not giving a AAA guy their championship. But I could be wrong. But the match should be fun. But I think Ethan Page will retain there. Afterwards, we end up getting a match between Blake Monroe versus Zaria. Um, this match was really good. Really enjoyed it. They was telling the story mainly between Zaria and Sol Ruka because before the match, Zaria was complaining to Sol Ruka about being in the battle royal for the NXT Women's Championship and how she wasn't going to be in Zaria's side. But then she ends up coming into Zaria's aid due to Blake Monroe pulling out a steel chair, preventing her to use the steel chair. But as she pulled it away from her, she ends up distracting the referee. This allowed Blake Monroe to end up using some type of weapon. I think she used like a hair clip to end up. She ends up using a hair clip to Zaria's throat, hits a DDT, picked the victory. Then later in the show, we end up getting a moment where Zaria ends up replacing Sol Ruka in the battle royal due to Sol Ruka feeling bad and admitting that she's too focused on championship gold and that she wants Zaria to do her own thing and win championship gold as well. This was really good. I'm excited to see Blake Monroe versus Sol Ruka eventually whenever that match happens. I'm just very interested to see what's going to happen there because I feel like Blake Monroe should win, but at the same time, I feel like Zaria should be the one dethroning Sol Ruka. So I'm very mixed on it. It's like, I want Blake to win, but I also want Zaria to be the one to dethrone her as well. It's like, it's going to be very tough seeing whenever that match happens, but I'm excited of the potential of Blake Monroe, Sol Ruka match and feud. So I'm very interested to see how that plays out. Get a quick segment with Ava. She ends up basically announcing the men's speed championships finally. It's going to be Sean Legacy from Evolve versus Axton, if I'm not mistaken. And then on the other side of the bracket, it's going to be Zachary Wentz versus Jasper Troy. Don't know who wins. I'm assuming Zachary is going to make it to the finals, and I think probably Sean Legacy. I don't see why Axton would make it due to him being a SmackDown guy, but it wouldn't shock me. But I think that's what's going to happen there. Don't know who really wins. Probably give it to Sean Legacy, but they could give it to Zachary as well. I don't really care for the Speed Championships because it looks like the Speed Championship is going to be filler because that's what it looks like with Sol Ruka. So I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I'm just going to let this play out before I really judge it. But we'll see how this plays out. Triple threat tag team match between Hank and Tank, The Culling, and Chase U. This match ended up getting interfered, being a disqualification due to OTM interfering, causing disqualification, took out all the tag teams. I like this. I'm not a fan of majority of these tag teams, but the NXT tag team division is terrible. They need to be featured weekly. We got 4 tag teams now. Well, 5 if you count Dark State. So we got Dark State, The Calling, OTM, Chase U, and Hank and Tank. So you got 5 tag teams. 5. Use them. That's all you need in an NXT tag team division. You don't need any more. So use them. So you got 3 heel teams and 2 babyface. That is perfect. I don't really like majority of these teams, but the NXT tag team division needs some help. So use the tag teams in your division. Now for the main event, the women's battle royal #1 contendership match to see who faced Jason J and Halloween Havoc. This battle royal was so nerve-wracking because all of my favorite women, all the women who I want to face Jason Jane, was getting eliminated. Jada Parker got eliminated by Lash Legend. Then everyone teamed up to eliminate Lash. Then I think later in the match we ended up getting Zaria ended up eliminating herself due to Blake Monroe coming in attacking Sol Ruka, so she eliminated herself. So everyone who I wanted to win got eliminated, and the only person was left was Tatum Paxley. The final 4 ended up being Tatum Paxley, Izzy Dane, Kendall Gray, and Jordan Grace. I'm looking at that final 4, and I'm like, Jordan Grace is going to win. Jordan Grace obviously going to win, and they're going to tell the story between Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley because Izzy Dame is clearly jealous of Tatum Paxley. We get towards the end, and we end up getting Tatum Paxley is holding Jordan Grace by the neck by the ropes, and then you get Izzy Dame. She ends up going for the attack. She ends up eliminating Jordan Grace, but eliminates herself at the same time. Tatum Paxley is your new #1 contender. I love it. I was so afraid that they was going to do to Jordan Grace the most boring outcome. I was so excited when Lola Vice got eliminated. No offense to Lola Vice, because I love her, but NXT Women's Championship, no. And Jordan Grace does not need another shot. But Tatum Paxley, love it. I know she's going to lose, because they're clearly telling the story of Izzy Dane being jealous of Tatum Paxley because she was very frustrated that Tatum Paxley won. Lyra ended up comforting her to telling the story with Lyra as well. Don't know what the end goal is there. Now, there is a world where she could win, but I just highly doubt it, especially with this new fatal influence, the new member. I just don't see it, but it wouldn't shock me if Tatum won. I want her to win, but I highly doubt it. But this was great. She got a huge pop. It was the correct choice. She was, because no one else was going to generate that type of reaction outside of Jada Parker. But I'm excited. I can't wait to see how that match plays out. I know she's going to lose most likely, but I'm just happy for her to get this opportunity because I feel like ever since the whole Lyra thing that they really put her on the back burner and they went with the unpredictable choice. I like what they did here. Overall, this was a great show. Really enjoy NXT from top to bottom. You guys let me know your overall thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, that's it.